Right, we're going to have a stop off up the road en route to the next one, which is Herefordshire. And your clue for this one, your main clue, is village emblem. And I'll give you an extra one actually. It was done by the same chap who did this one. Yes folks, it's a lousy one to park your vehicle by. There are spaces up there, but the chances, ooh, nice, the chances of getting a picture down there, oh, you probably could, but not here. You'd have to be right at the end. It's a pretty bad one really. If you only get a picture of, say, a sign in the vicinity instead of the actual object, you want to get 50% of your points. I don't know if the road's opened up now. It looks not. We'll go around the back. Normally we go straight on here, but the road's been closed to British Camp and Sally's place, which is where we're going to go to now. We'll have a brew and maybe some to eat, probably the loo. This is beautiful, look at this. Rarely do I come this way. If anything, when I come this way I do it the opposite way, but you can see there's a bit more traffic because of the road closure. But there's some great views all around this place really. Beautiful, from the hills themselves down into Great Malvern. Right, I'll try and give you a hint of the views. I'll turn my head, but I'll carry on looking where I'm going. I'll look next time I do some editing. Drive there, nice. TR4A is it? Right, we're going to nip over the border now into Herefordshire, and we're right on the border now. We should be zigzagging to and from the Hereford and Worcester border. Now there is a cafe at the visitor centre there, round the back, if we need it, but we'll head for Sally's place because there bacon and egg baps are rather good. But this is a road that does feature in the great drives and rides, and is deservedly so. Beautiful views. Give you a quick look over there. I've got to look where I'm going, especially on this road. But it's lovely. There's plenty of places to stop, although I don't think any of them are really free. They're all Malvern Hills Trust, or whatever they call it. Anyway, we'll head. There's a lot of rubbish on the road actually, little bits of gravel. We'll head for Sally's place, and oh, you've got to leave this in even at this speed, which is 28 miles an hour. It's lovely, lovely, lovely. We'll have the bluebells as well, look, yeah, coming out, and there'll be loads down here. Maybe a bit early for a lot of them, but we'll see. Oh, the surface is pretty naff in places these days. There was a case of what surface? Although, looks like we've had a bit of new stuff here. But yeah, enjoy it folks, don't abuse it. Let's hope it's not too busy at Sally's place. It is, shall we say, the back end of Easter. Some people are still off, although, as I say, loads of bluebells quite early this year. A couple of weeks early at least. Lovely. Nice to see a bit of colour. Have a look at that lot folks. I'll just dodge the rubbish on the road as we go. And here we are back at the 449. Look at the cars parked here. I've got a feeling it could be quite busy. Yeah, the road's still closed, that's for certain. That's probably kept the numbers down. Oh no, there's a few folk about, but the queue's not too bad. There's a Trust Defender. twice in a row now. I've had an hard fried egg, which is just not on. The tea, which is unusual to be honest, but the tea was straight from the urinals. Oh well, I will get something else a bit later. Feels a bit of an hole, but a little disappointing. As I said before, we're right on and have been crisscrossing the Worcestershire Herefordshire border, but now we're going to go right into Herefordshire, and that is about now. Nice bit of road down here, a few bits of twisties, not the best surface of course, but that's the same for everywhere. Bit of runoff and stuff because of the rains over the weekend, but it's not like we're going at TT speeds, so we'll just enjoy it a bit. And we're heading firstly on our way to north of Hereford city itself. We've got to fortunately bypass that. We're going to head for Ledbury first. There is another calf down here. Because this road was closed leading up to British Camp and Sally's place, followed the diversion, which was actually a nice route actually, but it is a long way round. We spotted two new places. One was like really just sit outside, not unlike Sally's place. It was called the Woodshed. That was at Eastner, just across the way from the road that leads to the entrance to the castle there. But there's another one up here on the left. Of course now we've had our fill, partly, and well, I suppose it was wet with the tea, but that was about all. Wet and warm. We don't really want to stop yet, but I think next time I'm going to give it a try. The Mulberry Cafe is just down there to the left. That's the one I was on about, I think. And the Woodshed is down here on the left. Turn next to left here towards Eastner Castle. Coming into Ledbury, very picturesque little town. Beautiful. Rather large elk carving there. Into the main street. A very pleasant little market town. We want the 438 again, I think. Yep, straight on. So we can get into deepest, appiest Herefordshire. Hopefully the roads will free up a bit, because it's getting quite tedious. To Hereford. We need to stop just before, I think, to head north, so we don't hit the city. Slightly head north. Ooh, very nice surface. And I think it's at Stoke Edith we need to stop. We should be passing in the vicinity of the Trumpet Inn. A landmark challenge from another ride around the country, shall we say, adventure from the past, back in the 1990s. There we go. Over the River Lug. Don't do that very often. The way it's going with the traffic, I might as well bloody pull over and fish. No reason whatsoever for doing at best 30 and a 60. No reason at all. No tractor, no heavy lorry, Well, here we are on the outskirts of Hereford. I've seen no sign of Stoke Edith, although that might be because it's just outside Hereford. I am looking back into my memory, but this road's dog rough. Right, we're going to pull over. We're going to check the map and let some of these idiots get out the way. Bear right at these lights, it seems. And I think zigzag across the A465, I think it is. We're about half an hour away. Because I've been winging it, I haven't been able to give you the distances between the places, but we've been doing about 20 miles since Malvern Hills, the Sally's Place British Camp. But whilst you expect traffic in cities so far today, it's weird, there ain't a lot of traffic about, but everybody's dawdling. We are about 7 miles away from our next RBR location, and I have to say, although it's windy, it's much quieter here than it was earlier in and around Hereford. Now, Hereford wasn't the most irritating bit, it was getting to it. On reflection, I should have come a different route. Out of the 1 and a bit round Britain rallies I've done, this bit from Malvern to just outside Hereford, we're looking at about 3 or 4 miles from Hereford. The worst bit of any outing. Well folks, there's a bit of agricultural machinery noise going on. There's the odd car, but considering we ain't that far from the middle of Hereford, this is almost paradise really. I suppose it will be when all those have been grown and we've got the liquid that involves those. We'll carry on up this road. This is much more like it. Yes, I should have gone down the A4103 from Lacington. Although I'd have had to backtrack a little bit, it would have been much easier to have been further away from Hereford. As I say, not that Hereford was really the issue. But yeah, well, hopefully that bit's all done and dusted with that sort of antics with planks. I shouldn't be surprised, but it seems to get worse and worse and worse. But here we are in lovely Herefordshire. It ain't all bad. And we're actually going, I haven't looked to find out exactly what we're looking for, where it exactly is in Weobley. Weobley featured in last year's Get Out There challenge. You couldn't make it up sometimes, could you? So I expect to find what we're looking for the Round Britain Rally not very far from a couple of the petrol pumps featured in last year's Get Out There challenge. We have had a few spots of rain, but nothing to speak of really. Let's hope it stays that way. The road surfaces are lousy in places. Worst I've seen this weekend really. I've been to Staffordshire, I've been to Derbyshire, Staffordshire Moorlands, just about, West Midlands of course, Worcestershire, now Herefordshire, and this is number 1 for lousy road surfaces. Well, that's some view folks. You have a good look. I'll up later. Yeah, pretty good isn't it? Remember, we're looking for the village emblem, and it's linked to the 2 birds in the Rosebank Gardens that we saw earlier in Malvern. Which way shall we go, folks? Which way? Lovely road sign there. Look at that old road sign still in use. Right, we'll go round to the left. The Unicorn Inn, free house. Ah, another nice sign. And there we are. There is what we want to see. If I can park. Just. The Weobley Magpie. The Weobley Magpie, allegedly called Magnus, created by Wallen T. Pytel, who also created the buzzard sculpture as we saw at Malvern. It is the emblem of Weobley, and the idea came from the many buildings in the village being black and white. It was commissioned by the parish council to celebrate National Village of the Year in 1999 and the Millennium in 2000.